proactively getting and soliciting reviews, because those really help from a conversion standpoint. But that's how you compete, okay? That's how you compete. By the way, that's also how you rank. So remember earlier I was talking about how it's easier to rank on Amazon than Google, okay?
Yeah.
So what exactly do they look for in rankings? Well, we kind of touched upon it. Keywords in the title help them determine relevancy for certain search terms, okay? Reviews help a lot because reviews show Amazon that there's activity going on here, and the higher your review, the more Amazon's likely to put you at the top, because Amazon doesn't want a customer buying a product and being pissed off, right?
Right.
So
Right.
5-star reviews help you rank because Amazon says, wow, this product must be good, so let's push it up and see what happens, right? Now here's the third, and this is the most, well, there's 4 actually. The third thing is, how much is it selling volume-wise, right?
Right.
And so, and by the way, it's not historical. If I move 50 units of any product in about an hour, Amazon thinks I'm a god, because
Yeah.
you take 300,000 products in any category, 280,000 of them are barely selling one a day. So it only takes a little bit to get kick-started on Amazon.
Wait, say that again one more time.
So if there's like 300,000 products in a given category, about 280,000 of them are lucky if they're selling one a day.
Wow.
So it's feast or famine. So all we got to do is
Yeah.
jumpstart. It's like jumpstarting a car, right? All we got to do is jumpstart this thing, and then Amazon can typically take over. But I can put anything on page 1 probably of Amazon for almost any keyword. I can't get it to necessarily stick though, unless the conversion is maintained.
Ah, okay.
So here's what I mean. We can push the conversion up front and the sales volume. There's some tricks and there's some ways to very quickly move a lot of units of your product on Amazon, right? In a very short amount of time, and that'll tell Amazon, "Oh man, this is a big mover. So let's push this up, right?"
Right.
And then at the same time, with the conversion rate, which is even more important, meaning like if 10 people hit your site and 9 of them buy, Amazon says, "Whoa, this is super relevant to them because look at how great it's converting. Almost everybody who visits this page buys." So this is the 1-2 punch. This will push you up to page 2 and page 1 for almost any search term, and I'm talking like search terms like baking mat, right?
Yeah.
I'm talking like cutthroat search terms that you would never hope in your life to be ranked on Google for. And even if you were, it wouldn't make you any money because it's not a buying search engine, right? But check this out. I can push them there, but if you get if Amazon keeps pushing you up like the salmon swimming upstream to its home, and they keep pushing you from page 2 to page 1, and you finally land there, when people start searching for your term, if they click on your listing organically and they don't buy, Amazon will kick you right back out if you don't maintain that same conversion rate, right?
Right. Feast or famine.
Feast or famine. So once you get it there, you have to make it stick. And so there's a couple ways to make it stick. One of those is continually getting new reviews coming in. That helps because it shows activity to Amazon. Another one is just making sure you have the right type of copy. And so like the title, like we talked about, will get you up there, but the images help you stick. The bullet points help you stick. The product description helps you stick. But the reviews are most important to get it to stick. But at first, you don't even need any reviews. We can rank it. And then getting it to stick is having a system to continually get reviews over and over again, okay?
Ah, all right.
Now, there are some other things, some finer points here that we might want to discuss here really quickly. Like one of them is like, hey, if you know all this and you're having your manufacturer, Jason, send it to them.
What? No, I was just gonna bring that up.
Why wouldn't the manufacturer just sell it themselves, right?
Yeah, they've got all the product. It's already there. We're just stepping in as the middleman, and you always hear like eliminate the middleman so you can do X, Y, Z. Why would they just not do it themselves?
Hey, Zane, you got a library card, right? Why don't you do your own taxes for your business?
I'd just rather not. Way too much of a headache.
So you can go down to the library, check out a book on taxes, get up on the tax code, and, do your own taxes, right?
Yeah, I mean, I could. You're absolutely right. I could, but I don't want to. That's not an effective use of my time.
Manufacturers specializing in manufacturing, okay? They do not specialize in marketing. Marketing is like a foreign language to them. They don't care about it. They don't want to do it. They don't want to sell to the end consumer. They want to sell to the retailer, which is you, right?
Right.
That's the case 99% of the time. Now, in the cases where the manufacturer also wants to double dip, we say thanks, because your guys' stuff sucks anyway, because you're not marketers. So we don't care, right? In fact, we usually can get a better deal because they'll come to us and saying, how come you're ordering so much? What are you doing, right? and we could say, hey, knock down my price a little bit on the next order quantity, and I'll tell you, you know. But manufacturers specialize in manufacturing. They're happy. They're happy all day long to have you sell it for them, right?
Okay. All right. Now, okay. So in that same vein of manufacturers, though, like the first thing that I think of is, well, if I take a look at anything and look underneath it, like say this little speaker set that I've got, underneath it is going to say something about from China. Right now, I could Google all sorts of private labelers and everything like that, but am I going to find out that I'm going to be buying products from China and have a much bigger cost and all more headaches than I'm going to have?
Yeah, here's the thing. The first few products that we ever did, we never went to China. Going to China is a very viable option. And what I mean by going to China, I don't mean getting on a freaking plane and flying for 20 hours, okay?
Right.
I mean getting on Skype and talking to them, because by the way, that's how the Chinese typically like to communicate. You can go to a site like Alibaba, and you can go to town on that. And that's not that bad of a place to find private labelers. What you'll typically find at sites like Alibaba, if you want to go to China, is they'll middleman it. Who you're talking to there is then running to a factory and they're marking it up and they're making their cut, right?
Oh, okay. All right. That
I
makes
love
sense.
that, by the way, because if it's cheap enough for me still, I don't care if somebody wants some money
Right.
off me, and then frankly, it usually speeds up the process. Now, you might say, well,
Right. Okay.
geez, Jason, anybody can go to Alibaba, right? And anybody can private label the same thing, but they don't, okay?
Yeah. No, they don't. They could, but they don't.
Or they do, but they don't do it on Amazon. Or they do, and they do it on Amazon, but they ship it to Amazon once, and they sit back and they think it's going to sell itself. They don't jumpstart it, right? I mean, they could do anything in the world, okay? But they don't. So you can go to Alibaba. There's other places and other ways to go to China. By the way, just Google searching to me. I don't care if they show up from the United States or China. I take a look at them, right? When we first started, though, because we really wanted to make money as fast as humanly possible, I mean, gee, imagine that, right? Um,
Right.
we skipped China because we're like, I don't even want to wait for the shipping of China because that's going to take a while, and I don't want to have to take the time because the Chinese are a little bit slower and they're a little bit more thorough and they're a little bit more on the relationship side of things. We just went to the U.S. We just only went in products because, like I said, I've identified over 33,000 products that I would love to sell on Amazon. That are the market's there, the demand's there, the profit margins are there for me, 50% or more, right?
Right.
And out of those 30,000, there's easily 10,000 of those that we don't even have to go outside of the United States for. In fact, if you're selling a supplement, you would be a fool to go outside of the United States for that. There's some products that have to be sourced in the United States, okay? There are other products like a U.S. flag, which we really want to sell. We can't find a private labeler at a decent price in the United States, right? We got to go to China if we want to go get a U.S. flag. Isn't that funny, right?
That is. Yeah. That. Wait. Should I go? Should I say? Does that seem ironic to you?
Yeah,
No.
and
No.
then you could talk about the ramifications of that politically. I don't care. I'm in this game to make money,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
And so if that's what it's got to take, it's got to take. But if you're hung up on that deal, it doesn't matter. Now, let's just say, because we're selling this on Amazon.com, let's just say you're outside the United States, right?
Right.
I'm in the UK. Can I do it? Yes, you can do it on .com. Okay, there's one more step involved. It's not that hard of a step, but we have many people successfully selling on the .com, even though they live in the UK. We got people from the Netherlands. We got people from Australia. We even got people from weird, smaller countries that I don't even know if I can pronounce the names of, right? But that's not an issue, okay? The real issue is what? There's a couple of them, and let me tell you what they are. The first issue is if this is all brand new to you, it's like saying, hey, I'm going to go through the jungle without a tour guide. You might make it out alive,
Maybe. Yeah.
but you might not, right? So if you've never done this before and you can have a tour guide lead you through it, or you can try to do it on your own, right? You will save money by paying a tour guide. Okay. Otherwise, you'll buy stock that doesn't work. You'll pick the wrong type of product that doesn't have the right demand or the right competitiveness to it, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
You
There's
you you will spend way too long getting the thing going, right? You will spend more money doing it on your own than hiring a tour guide. Okay. Here's the other issue with some of this stuff, right? When you say, gee, Jason, maybe I need help with these bullet points. Maybe I don't know how to do the keyword search in Amazon. Maybe I don't feel quite comfortable outsourcing the design and the label process and what labels and what designs and what things pop the most, right?
absolutely. I couldn't even imagine trying to go through this by myself. Like just thinking about it and going through this conversation, if I didn't have any extra help, I'd just be like, that sounds nice, but I'm not going to do it.
what about the review system? How do you get and how do you continue to keep reviews, right? What about the other things that we talked about as far as what's a minimum order quantity that you should go with? When's your restocking? How much should you sell before you restock it, right? What do you need to do to stick a ranking, and what are all the tricks involved, right? Now, this is what's really cool about this. The first time I heard about this was in March of 2013. Okay, so we're talking, because we're doing this in April 2014. Now this hangout's occurring. We're talking a year and a month ago, and wow, sounds great, right? I didn't know anything about this. I didn't even know fulfillment by Amazon existed. I thought, oh, this is like affiliate marketing from Amazon, right?
Right.
Wrong. It has nothing to do. You can be in a state that does not allow this affiliate marketing in Amazon, and you can still do fulfillment by Amazon. Two separate things, right? But I say, I'm in. This sounds great, because there was a course called Amazing Selling Machine that came out, and I was so swept up with this concept that I said there might be some merit to this. Let me play around, but I'm not going to dive in head first because I might drown. Let me put my toe in the water, right? Because I got a $4.5 million business already rocking and rolling, so this thing must have some promise for me to even spend an iota of a second of a time on it, right?
Yeah.
So we put our toe in the water. We said we're going to start off with this product, a beauty product, which, by the way, I'm not that beautiful. I don't know anything about it. We're selling it to women, right? So what do I know about it? We find a minimum order quantity of 20 units for about $10 a unit. So we're $200 out of pocket to start this business, right? And even though I have a lot of money, I never start a new business by throwing money at it. I always bootstrap, because if you can't make it work without money, you're not going to make it work with money,
Yeah.
okay?
Right.
And so we get the order, we get it shipped in, and I say, you know what? I got a little concept, because I am good at marketing in general. I got a little concept. I heard that if you sell a whole bunch of units, and it doesn't even really matter what price or what your profit margin is when you first sell them. I heard supposedly from this Amazing Selling Machine course that helps your ranking really quickly. Let's do this. So we put it out there, and we saw our first turn of units just like that. Okay, because I used this little trick on Facebook. And we're like, cool. We order some more units this time. We say, okay, we just sold 20 units, and we're already on like page 4 for our keyword, and this was a 2-word keyword, super competitive, right? So we said, okay, there's some merit here. I didn't believe it at first, because I never believed the pitch until I experienced it myself, right? So let's order some more. So we ordered 200 units. And we do that. We go back to Facebook, and we do what we know how to do to push units really fast, because, by the way, people buy from Amazon. They trust the brand. It doesn't have to be your brand. It's Amazon, right?
Right.
And we moved 200 units in 4 days.
Nice.
We lose money on the deal, okay? I'll be straight with you. I call this buying a page 1 listing. It's not for everybody, okay? But we run these units, and by April of 2013, less than 1 month after we started with this product and this business, we're on page 1 for this keyword term, right?
Nicely done.
We're generating about $5,000 a month. Okay, and the amount of work is, and I couldn't even tell you because I didn't do it. I had somebody on my team log in once a day and check our inventory to make sure we're good, and then when they needed to, they placed a reorder, right? And beyond that, maybe once or twice a month, a customer would write in with a question, and that was our total customer support. So I had them do that as well, right? And the beautiful thing is Amazon pays you directly into your bank account every 14 days, whatever profit you have. So we never had to buy anything out never had to restock unless we paid out a profit, right? So we never had to go in our pocket again. Okay, by June, we were number 1 for that keyword term, right?
Wow.
And I said, there's something here.
Yeah.
I like thing, right? And this was a seasonal product. You don't have to do seasonal. We did in this case because we didn't know what we were doing, right?
Mm-hmm.
And during its season, we were doing $10,000 to $12,000 a month from this one little product, right? Very first time we did this out of the box. Total work was really 4 days up front, and we made this work. And we said, there's something here, right?
Right.
So we got very serious about this business, and along this time, we've been pushing on this thing. And then Amazing Selling Machine, by the way, when it first launched in March of last year, was open for about a week, and then it closed. So coming now down the pipeline in October of 2013, they reopen it again. They're taking on new members because they don't want to dilute the market and put too many people through the system at once, and they want to make sure they take care of everybody, right?
Right.
And so they come back again, and I'm an affiliate, so I promote it, Amazing Selling Machine, because I mean I have the great results myself. We've created a little community because we promoted it the first time in March. And we said, hey, follow along with us as we do this business. So they did. So we got this great community of people. Lots of them are also succeeding. A lot of them are using the same trick on Facebook that I use, plus a couple other tricks for the reviews and things like that I've developed, right?
Mm-hmm.
October comes along, and I ping Zane, and I tell him about this concept. And I said, hey, Zane, I want to get this out to everybody and anybody who I can, because I think this is the best opportunity for anybody right now who's serious and wants to grow their business and wants to make some serious money, right? So I go, let's utilize what you have. I'll owe you, okay? You can call in a favor on me later, right? But let's get on a hangout. I'm going to interview. You're going to interview me, and I'm going to talk about the system very similar to what we did today, right? Now, my goal was not to sell Zane on the concept, okay? My goal was just to sell whoever was watching this hangout on the concept. But when it was over, little known to me is Zane goes and he buys the course himself, right?
Yeah, blew my mind.
Zane realized the opportunity as soon as he heard it and listened to me explain it, as I've done here today. So Zane becomes a customer of mine. And Zane can tell you firsthand, in this little private group we have of people who have bought through me as an affiliate, you've seen the results of what we've armed our people with, right?
Oh yeah, yeah. It's great to see over and over again this little screenshot of just like, hey, here I just made $5,000 this month, and then another screenshot. You know, as the community keeps going and going, because that's one of the things that I love the most about it is that there's never a question of what to do next. You can always go in and plug into this Facebook group and from not just Jason and Will, but to all the other veterans who are making month after month this huge amounts of cash and going, oh, here's a recommendation. You should do this or try this. Always someone there to help you.
We're probably number 50 on the list of successful people in our own group as far as the hierarchy of who's making the most amount of money with their Amazon business. We're probably like 50th, right? There's 49 people that are ahead of us in our own group that Zane's a part of now because he bought through me, and that you can be a part of as well when you follow the link to buy on this Hangout, which we'll put on the screen and also be in the description, right? So this is what's going on here. Now, we said we're so excited about this concept, and we wanted so many people to succeed with this thing that we started doing crazy stuff. Like, we started calling friends and family, telling them you need to get in. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. I mean, this is better than any course I've personally created. I've created a lot, and this has more success stories than any course I've ever seen produce in all my years I've been in internet marketing, right? So we say, what can we do for our customers and the people we contact with to give them an unfair advantage? Not just over any other Amazon seller, but anybody else who's an amazing selling machine, right? So we started thinking, if anybody buys through our affiliate link, which you can do so right here in this video, let's hook them up with some extra special stuff. And what can that be? So the cool thing is this is all kind of things that we've built ourselves for our own business. So one of the things that we decided that we wanted to do was Amazing Selling Machine teaches you to go and look at the top level categories and find somebody with a bestseller rank between 0 to 100. And that's where you should start getting ideas for your products, right?
Right.
The problem with that is, why don't they go any lower? Well, they can't, because Amazon only lists 100 sellers, right? So during ASM1, that was fine because everybody was doing this. When ASM2 launched again in October, there was some competition. Now, with ASM3 launching again here in this week, right, and it's open now again, you think with everybody going back and going from 0 to 100 and all these different top-level categories, of which there are about 16 viable ones, there's probably going to be a lot of stepping on toes. Everybody's going to still make some money, I think. It's not going to be as easy as it was, right? So what we did, because we foresaw this, and Zane has seen this in action, when ASM2 launched, we built a whole software, and it's super complicated, cost us tens of thousands of dollars to engineer, but we have a way of looking at the bestseller rank and looking it up for any type of product. And furthermore, we have a way of dialing in between different price ceilings of what can be profitable and what can't be profitable, different reviews. I mean, how many reviews does it take to get on page 1? If there's products on there with less than 10 reviews on page 1, we're like gold mine, you know? And so we can dial it in, and we can find products that nobody else can find in Amazing Selling Machine or elsewhere. Only people who are on our private little, what we call the ASM Masters group, who've bought through my affiliate link, right? So anybody who gets that, anybody who signs up through the link that you're seeing in this Hangout, you're going to get that, okay? Now here's what happened that was very interesting. The very first time we did ASM1 back in March of 2013, there was a customer of mine who bought. His name was Madsen. Okay, Madsen had been a customer of mine for over 5 years, and he had spent a lot of money with me. Okay, and Madsen had never really succeeded at a level where I don't even think he'd ever made his money back from the amount of stuff he bought from me. Right? This is a guy who's your typical internet marketer who buys a whole bunch of stuff and doesn't have a lot to show for it, right? Matson buys an ASM1 and he gets into this category. It's so cool, and he starts selling $60,000, $70,000, $80,000 a month, automatically, all from Amazon, doing nothing else but getting it ranked, like the strategy we talked about earlier, one time, and now Amazon's cooking. I think they're about at 100,000. You know him, Zane, because he lives right by you, actually, right?
Yeah, we just had lunch yesterday, and he was like, "Yeah, we're almost there to that 100K a month badge," and I'm like, "Then why do we like? Why are you even here? Why aren't you on a beach somewhere and you're talking to me?" Like it was mind blowing.
Yeah, this is not a fictional guy we made up to try to sell you a course. This is a real guy who'd never had success really before at this level until he took this course through me as an affiliate and had my bonuses besides him. And he's really and he's smart enough to apply that, apply the formula and follow it to a T and get the results, right? So what I've done is because Matt's so thrilled to have been access to these things that I provided him access to, plus turning him on to this opportunity. Matson comes back and says, Jason, anybody who buys from you, because I'm so grateful, I will allow them to, if they wish to, choose to do for free to them as a bonus 3 consultations with me and my brother, okay, me or my brother, because him and his brother did this business together, Matson and Morgan, right? So one of your options as a bonus is if you want to work with Morgan and Matson, they will help you. They will analyze your product ideas. So you'll pick 5 or 10 products or whatever, and they'll tell you which one they think is going to be most profitable. They'll help you optimize the title, and these guys do keyword Amazon stuff better than anybody in the world that I've ever seen, right? They will analyze your images as well, and you get 3, I think they're 30-minute sessions with them, okay? Or if you prefer, because we have to pay these guys ourselves to provide this, we pay them out of our pocket. Or if instead of the coaching, you want to have us design your label for you, you can apply that for a bonus. Those are your 2 options for that bonus, okay? That's incredible. Now, bonus number 3 here that we're providing is I will personally work with you one-on-one for a 20-minute consult. And the main purpose of this is I will do the copy critique for your bullet points and for your product description. Now, Zane can tell you, because he's worked with me for a couple years now in the internet marketing side of business. Zane, am I a pretty good copywriter? Do I know what I'm doing?
Yeah, you're one of the best. In fact, like it's like, Jason Fladlin wrote the copy. It's all, ooh.
Yeah, Zane has seen me write copy that has made hundreds of thousands of dollars in less than a couple hours from scratch, and it's almost magical how I can dial it in and do it. And I can do it off the top of my head. And I have done more critiques for Amazing Selling Machine members on their Amazon listings than anybody that's alive, okay? Because when we promoted ASM in March of 2013, we were the #1 affiliate, meaning we referred more people than anybody else did. And it was the biggest launch of the year until October when they relaunched again, and then that was the biggest launch of the year. It was even bigger than March, and we were the #1 affiliate again, right? And that means I have more people going through me. I've worked with more people hands-on than any other person that has promoted this course. And Matt and Jason, the guys who've created Amazing Selling Machine, they're not down in the trenches. They don't need to be with you one-on-one, right? They did a good enough job creating the whole course, so I'm down there with you one-on-one, so you get that as well from me, okay? Now, it gets even better than that. As Zane was alluding to earlier, we have this private Facebook group that anybody who purchases through our link on this video gets access to, okay? And I'm in there. My business partner, Wilson Matos, is in there. Zane Miller is in there as well, okay? And then, like I said, I'm probably 50th on the, Matson's in there, and Morgan, I'm like 50th on the list of successful people just in that private Facebook group. There's so many high-level smart people. If you have any questions at all, you have no idea, like, what's a UPC code? First of all, that's redundant. It's a unique product code, right? Well, what's a UPC? Then you can ask it in there. Somebody will tell you. If you say, hey, how do I set up a Seller Central account so I can start doing fulfillment by Amazon? Even if it's in the course, which it is on Amazing Selling Machine, you can still ask it in our group and you'll get an answer, right? And you'll get so many people sharing stories of what they can do and what you can do to be successful. Like Bruce Hoover, he's in there. He's a very successful guy with this business. Bruce went to the live event that Amazing Selling Machine had last year, and he got on stage and he shared a tip, and it was awarded best tip of the whole event. So he won $1,000 for it. Bruce is in my group, okay, and Bruce shared that tip with us months before anybody else had heard it, right? And so we have that going for us as well, which is nice, okay? And that's a bonus, okay? So now here's where it gets really, really starting to get super exciting, okay? One of the ways that you rank on Amazon is if people actually go to Amazon and type in your name or your keyword and then find you and then click and then buy, because it tells Amazon they found you organically and this is your conversion rate, right? The only problem is if you've got a brand new product and you're on like page 12, nobody's going to go all the way to page 12 and buy. So what's
Yeah.
the answer to that? Well, we have a piece of software, and I can't say any more than this. We have a piece of software that takes care of that. And it's the only piece of software on the earth that exists that works like this, that actually has been proven. And Zane can tell you, because people post about it all the time in the Facebook group. They said, I used this piece of software, and my listing shot up 80 spots overnight. I used this piece of software, and my listing shot up 10 pages overnight, right?
Yeah. No, I can tell you. We went from for our keyword page, not rank, but page 258 to page 4 in 3 days because of this tool.
Bingo, right? And then you say, Jason, how'd you guys move 50 units so fast, 4 days in a row? Well, I have a whole training system exactly, specifically on how you can do that with your Amazon products, and that's in there as well. Now, I've saved the best for last, and this just happened. The timing could not have been better. I wish I could have claimed that I planned and orchestrated all this, but I didn't. It just happened this way. One of the biggest challenges that we've had with our people who have bought Amazing Selling Machine is the review issue, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Will and I, for the last 6 months, we have poured hundreds of thousands of dollars of our own money building an engine that basically markets your product for you with the whole thing of, I'll give you a deal on this product if you, in turn, give me a review, right?
Mm-hmm. Right.
Honest, unbiased
Right.
review, right? And then if it's good, we then urge them to post it on Amazon, and so that way we can filter out the bad reviews and only get the good reviews, right?
Right.
Well, this thing, we finally built it because it took about 6 months of building. It finally got finished April 5th. So I started running some traffic to it because I know how to do that, and I teach that. It's the same trick that we did to move 50 units really fast that you get access to. So I run this traffic to the site for this deal site, and then guess what happened? On April 10th, it went viral, and we had 1,000 different people claim a product in exchange for a review. At a later given time, an honest, unbiased review. And we've had people go and move 50, 60, 100 units in a single day with this system, and it just started the other day. It finally hit that tipping point where it went viral because of the way that we position. I can't reveal the details, and you actually will not ever know what we're doing with this thing because I can't reveal them to you because it's very trade secret specific. But all you have to do is once you get a product listed on Amazon, and if you want to join our review system, you just give us the details. We'll ask for a couple. It's a form. It takes you 2 minutes to fill out. We'll push it in there, and we'll help you. Now, the beautiful thing is it's a 1-2 punch because it will move those units for you super fast initially, which will help with your ranking, and it will also get you those reviews that we talked about, which there's no other person in the world who has access to something like this. And we're the first people to crack the code. There's a lot of people talking about it and promising supposedly in the future they're going to have something like this. We've proven it. We had over 50 members yesterday see a benefit just in that one day when this thing tipped over. And the rate is continuing. It's getting bigger actually today than it was yesterday. So who knows what it's going to be like tomorrow. But we had 4 people get their bestseller badge from Amazon. They became the bestseller in their category. Not the top level category, but like a secondary level category overnight because this system kicked in. And it's just starting. And so if you buy through the link that you see on this Hangout, you're going to get access to that as well. Nobody's gotten access to this before because it just started. So it's clear, it's obvious, we got the best deal that you're going to get if you buy through our affiliate link. So when you go and sign up for an Amazing Selling Machine, at first you might freak out and say, wow, this course is, if I pay one time up front, it's like $39.97, or I can split it over, or $34.97, right? Or I can split it over 4 payments of $9.97, something like that. You say, wow, they're awful proud of that thing. That price is pretty high, right?
Yeah, well, yeah, no, I said the same thing.
My answer is compared to what? Okay.
Right. And initially I was like, wow, but when I got into the group and I started experiencing it, I was like, you know what? I am glad that there was a higher price because it's one of those things that they were so dedicated to helping me. I mean, like we're talking about since October of 2013, there has never been a point where like, you know, Jason and Will just sort of disappeared. They were always there, and it's like, you know what? I'm glad I have some of the best internet marketers in the world focused on helping me in this group and not just being like, all right, well, see ya, because it's worth their time.
Here's the bottom line. you're going to have to invest in something to improve your future financial situation. There's no doubt about that. So the question doesn't become do I or do I not invest in things? Because we're going to invest in stuff, right? So then you got to ask yourself, what's the best way to invest my money to improve my financial situation? And I bet you if you stopped and sat back and calculated over the last 12 or 18 months or what have you, you could probably total up in miscellaneous purchases $4,000 without breaking a sweat, right? And the question is, what do you have to show for that? Probably not a lot. Because you never have came across a system like this. You've never seen value synthesized and engineered like this. You can't give a Mercedes-Benz style experience at a Ford Pinto price. You just can't do that, right? So it's going to be painful for you to make this investment. It's a big upfront investment. But the key word here is A, it's an investment, and B, compared to what? The value you get in return to that is the most important thing. So if I said to you, hey, I got this, 5,000 square foot house. It's too big for me. There's nothing wrong with it, but I don't want it anymore. Would you take it off my hands for $200,000? You wouldn't say, wow, $200,000 is a lot of money. You'd say, where do I sign up, right? So
Right.
don't measure this thing by the price point. Measure this thing by the value that it provides. So up front, you're going to pay about $997 a month if you want to go that route. I personally prefer you do the full payment option up front because you save $500. But if it comes down to if that's going to stretch you too thin, do the $997 up front and then take the rest of the money and put it into inventory because it's going to cost you about $1,000 of out-of-pocket cost to get started and get up and running on Amazon, right? So you're going to pay about $3,500 to $4,000 for the course, depending if you do the one lump payment or the payment plan. Plus, you're going to pay about another $1,000. So just ballpark yourself about $5,000 for this investment. Does that seem like a lot? Well, I'll tell you what. You want to start a regular physical product business? That's $100,000 loan from the bank and 18 months of your life before you even hope to break even, right? You say, well, gee, Jason, I want to buy another internet marketing course for a couple $100. Well, that's fine, okay? But you're going to spend all this time sitting and building websites. You're going to spend all this time. When we started Zane, we didn't even have a domain name for this Amazon business. We didn't have a website, and we were #1 in Amazon. Purely just through Amazon itself, right?
Yeah, no website, no.
Nothing. 100% completely outsourced for the most part. I wrote the copy, but everything else was outsourced. And we didn't create the product. We did none of that stuff, right? So yeah, you might be able to buy a $500 course on the internet about internet marketing, make money that way, but then you spend 5 weeks creating your own information product when you could spend 2 days calling people on the phone and getting a private label and having the same margins, right?
Mm-hmm.
So yes, the initial investment appears to be steep. But in reality, once you dissect it, you realize it's an absolute deal. Because here's what you get. When you sign up for Amazing Selling Machine, they give you 8 sessions spaced 1 week apart. They are freaking amazing. What you'll notice is there's actually not a lot there. It's a very simple system, which is a benefit. You only have to spend a couple hours a week going through, learning it, and then applying it. And by week 3, you can no doubt about it, and I've seen it happen a whole bunch of times, have your product listed on Amazon. So that's worth a lot just right there. But in addition, these guys arm you with 9 specific pieces of software, which are pretty powerful, okay, which help you with certain things on Amazon that make it really smooth and really easy, and I'd recommend that you take a look at those. They also have a support forum that is awesome, so you can ask anything or you can get help there, and they'll take care of you. In addition, they do live Q&A, and they make sure everybody is aimed for success. They also do these things with badges. It's like a gamification thing, like, hey, you get your first product listed, you get this badge. And they track everybody's success stories. And you can see the average customer sales from all the ASM members right now are $7.2 million per month. And that's just those who apply for the badges. That's verified income, right? There's not a course alive that has those results.
Awesome.
That track record, right? And so they do this by giving you an amazing experience. So it's not how much do I pay, it's what can the return be for me, and you can't point anywhere else that has the track record of success stories, the track record of being there for people, and that's just with Amazing Selling Machine. Then when you factor in our bonuses, which we talked about before, where I will personally help you with your sales copy, where we can get your label designed for you, or you can get hands-on coaching with one of the most successful Amazing Selling Machine members that there is, right? Where we can work together in the Facebook group to help solve any issues that you may have personally, where you get access to a variety of different pieces of software, including a way to source products that nobody else has, a way to rank them in a way that nobody else has, and a way to get reviews in the way nobody else has. I mean, most of these success stories are coming from people that don't have the advantage. that you have. I mean, obviously my group is highly more successful than the average amazing selling machine person, which is already highly more successful than anybody else taking any other course, right? So it's pretty clear and it's pretty obvious, and this is why Zane is happy to be here with me here today, helping you make the best decision to say, yes, this is a big investment, but yes, it is worth it. Let me roll up my sleeves, let me sign up and get started. And when you go and you sign up right now from the links that are provided here on the description or in this Hangout, you will be able to start getting immediate access. What you can find from us is the top level of support in all the industry. Rapid Crush, which is my company, provides better support than anybody in internet marketing. I have the statistics to prove it, and I will pay somebody $1,000. They can point to a company in internet marketing that has better support than we do, because it can't be done, at least right now, right? So we will be there for you. So as soon as you sign up, immediately we'll have information on the page that you go to sign up on how you can contact us so you can start getting your bonuses and start getting in our community ASAP. The course is funny because the course is going to start the week after. So when you sign up today, you're not really going to get any access to anything in Amazing Selling Machine. You have to wait till next week. But my customers don't wait. We get the ball rolling, and we get ahead of everybody else immediately from the beginning. So that way, we get a head start. So we're the first to enjoy all the benefits, right? So go ahead, go there right now, sign up. You will absolutely be thrilled you did. Zane, were you happy to make this investment?
Yeah, I gotta say, I've just been, kind of containing my comment here because I gotta be direct. The best way to explain this is that Amazing Selling Machine was great, and I consumed all the content in there and checked out the badges, and it was great. But eventually, it got to the point that I forgot my login password because I was just like they brought me into this Facebook group, and I didn't see any reason to go anywhere outside of that because all of the really cool stuff, the really cutting edge stuff, was happening in Jason's Facebook group. So I actually forgot. I remember now, but at the time I had forgot because it'd been so long since I'd logged in.
Absolutely. I mean, we distill it down to the most actionable, simplest way to execute and succeed, and we give you an amazing advantage you can't get anywhere else when you sign up. And that's why Zane's here today with me, and we're doing our best to try to get you in here because I know the hardest part is signing up. And once you get in there, you're going to be glad you did. You're going to see the value, and you're going to thank me. And maybe I'll change your life, like Matson's life was changed, and like Jennifer Robinson's. And she went from a stay-at-home mom to now she's crushing it on Amazon in ways that I can't even fathom, and it just on and on and on and on. Okay. So go ahead, sign up right now. If you need anything from us on that page with the URL that you get here from this Hangout, you can contact us and we can do our best to help you. If you need to arrange like special payments, like spread it out over multiple credit cards or whatnot, we can take care of you. I don't care what you need to do, but you need to get in some way or another. So go ahead, sign up now, and we're going to take care of you, okay? So Zane, I would love to stay and answer some more questions here. I gotta run here, unfortunately. Time is obviously tight right now. We're really working with the people that are signing up for Amazing Selling Machine right now, making sure we're taking care of them, and we'll welcome anybody else who comes through on this as well. So thank you for having me here. It's always a pleasure because I know I can talk about something like this that I know is absolutely so powerful, so valuable, and it's not me selling this thing. That's not the way I look at it. It's me providing an opportunity and helping people see, wow, this is the thing that's going to change everything, and for that I'm honored to be able to have the ability to do that, and so thank you for allowing me to do that here today on this Hangout.
Well, yeah, and thank you for being here because it's always insightful information that you provide us. So great to have you here, and thank you again for your time. And we'll have to do another one of these hangouts soon.
Absolutely, thanks.
All right, see you.